Hello everyone, this is Vangelis, and I'm vlogging because I'm about to pack to go to TFcon Chicago, like in about 12 hours from when I'm recording this. So if you're going to be at TFcon Chicago this weekend, I'll be there, so yo, let's say hi. As far as official thingamadoos I'm going to get involved in, there's a fan media panel that is not my fan media panel, it's John Bailey's fan media panel, but I'm going to be sitting in on that just as a talking head. So, I think there's going to be like a Q&A thing or something during that. It's also going to be talking about, from what I recall, the schedule. It's based a lot on, like, making fan video stuff, fan films, and etc. But, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be on Saturday morning, so if you're there and you're in for that, say hi. And at the end of the show, on Sunday afternoon, after the final panel, there's going to be a WTF live podcast recording, and whatever happens, it should be memorable. So, if you are able to stick around for that, please do come by. There will be lots of open mic Q&A nonsense, and I don't know, we might talk about Transformers, too. But, yeah, I just got back from, well, just over a week ago, got back from New York Comic-Con, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But, those interviews have been going up, thanks to those of you who are checking them out. Next one to go up, actually, is relevant to these two little weirdos standing here, but, this past weekend, actually, I was busy taking part in the Toronto 48-hour film project.
You'll find what you seek. And if you need anything, don't call me.
So, that's where I was then. I actually got the Brawny and Backlund video done during those 48 hours after some of the script writing process. I went home and finished that stuff up while everyone else got some sleep and finished up the script for the 48-hour project. So, Brawny and Backlund, I got the message. Those alt modes do exist, so thank you to the hundreds of you who let me know. I still don't really care for them. They're a little too weedy, in my opinion, in the front. Anyway, these little guys, Mutant Mania. The next New York Comic Con interview that's going to go up is with Moose Toys, who do Mutant Mania. This was like the big pushed thing at New York Comic Con 2014. They had advertisements running on the monitors. They had personally sponsored a lot of the family rooms, and they had a big booth where they were giving stuff away. And I walked up to them, and I had no idea who they were, and I was like, yo, what is this? Let's record an interview, because why not? Turns out, so I walked up thinking, yo, this looks a whole lot like Trash Pack. It's actually the exact same people who do Trash Pack. So I guess I got some of that intuition, and they were really eager to do an interview thing. It came off a little product demo, like if you've seen videos out of New York Toy Fair. That's kind of what they were set up to shoot, and I tried to get in a few more, like, design-oriented questions at the end, like 2, maybe. So that video it's a bit of a shorter one. It's a little product demo-y, but it was interesting, and I got a couple of these little guys, and I thought, like, hey, I got 2 of these little guys I haven't actually opened yet. This one I opened at the show while I was sitting with knee stuff, and we were just like, what are these? And then Chris from Boglen actually is the one who gave me this one, because he had just gotten a double, and he was like, I don't need it, you want it? So I said, sure. So this is, let me check the list here. This is Ragin' Rhino from the Brutal Beasts, and this is Hammered Head from the Robo Mutants. You see, because he's a hammerhead shark, and he's got hammers everywhere. Anyway, these little guys have got this thing where there's 4 pieces to each figure, and one of those pieces is this rubberized barbell thing. Gives them a little bit of posability, actually, so they can, like, look around, or you can have them go, like, I'm frightened! Anyway, I want to see who I got in these other 2 packs. The one thing that I remember happening is I was talking to Knee Stuff, and I was like, I can't believe these packs haven't got a rip spot for me to pull and tear on, and then there was one, like, right up here, so whatever. Apparently, there are millions of combos. I guess I'll have to count those later. Alright, I don't have this guy. He seems to be wearing a hat. I don't know who this is. I'll look him up on the thing later on. Anyway, I think these are supposed to be coming out now. I've watched the Trash Pack thing from afar before. The way they sell them is, I think, pretty interesting, having all these different means to basically be doing a simple blind pack, but like, hey, we've got the blind pack that has 2 that you can see, or the one that has 8 blind figures and 1 non-blind, or 2 blind figures, or 3 blind figures and 2 non-blind figures, all that whatnot. So let's get this guy out of here. This guy doesn't want to come out. The torso has this extra piece added too that made me kind of blink a little bit when I looked at the instructions and saw what you're supposed to do with it. There's apparently tape on here, and I just don't know how to remove it, so I'm gonna keep futilely pawing at it. By the way, if you were at New York Comic Con and you saw me perhaps on Thursday and I was completely unresponsive as a human being, let me tell you, that's because Thursday I was running on 1 hour of sleep while seated in an airplane, and around about midday Thursday at New York Comic Con on the first day, I realized I could not function as a human being. That was a strange day. Anyway, these torsos come on a mounting thingy. This piece of plastic here. The instructions say remove plug before use. It's like, alright. And throw it away. I don't know how I feel about that, so I've been hanging on to these, because I'm like, maybe I can figure out something to do with them, because it feels a little wasteful just to, like, toss them. Anyway, this guy, let's see, he looks kind of like Animal from the Muppets, and he's wearing a hat. It looks like a beret. Maybe it's supposed to be a pirate hat. Let's check yonder list. Look for a man with a hat. Where's the one with the parrot? Oh, here we go. Mutant Beard. So he's got a yellow. So those last two were commons. This guy has a yellow star, so he's a rare. Because it goes common, rare, 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 and rarer. Alright, so I got... Mutant Beard. Because he's got a beard, and he's a mutant. Okay. I dig it. Let's open this other one. And see what happens. By the way, this is round 1. Clearly they're already planning to give this the kind of run that Trash Pack has been having. Of just, you know, kind of happening all the time. And I'm going to try to get this tape actually off of here. This tape is a jerk. Alright, fine, you win. I'll get a box cutter. Alright, that's how you properly deal with it. You still ignore the tape and cut on the other side of the plastic. Like someone who's in control of their own destiny. Okay. So let's get this guy put together. Alright, so he's some kind of praying mantis dude. He's waving a stick of bamboo around while doing a prayer pose and has a Fu Manchu and... A maniac mantis. I was hoping for some kind of visual reference to Maniac Mansion, but what you gonna do? Okay. Oh yeah, what is he? He's green, so he's a common. So I got 3 commons and a rare. And the rare is a pirate. Alright, so that's the Mutant Mania stuff. That's some blind bagging. That's some vlogging. Anyway, as I said, I'll be at TFcon Chicago, and outside of that, just going to keep trucking along and trying to catch up on getting the rest of the New York Comic Con interviews out. There's 7 total. And I still also have to get the fan media panel from Summer's Canadian TFcon up, because I realized I didn't actually screen cap any of the stuff I did on my screen, and it wasn't much, but I've been agonizing over how to represent that, or whether to just ignore it. And I don't know. Let me know what you think. It was basically me, like, dragging something on a timeline in Final Cut, and I can figure out how to represent that, or I guess I could just leave it alone. I feel like filming something to after the fact, it almost feels a little bit like not quite in the spirit of just showing that panel, but I don't know. And if you're going to TFcon Chicago, I'll see you there. If you were at New York Comic Con and I didn't see you, then I'm a jerk. Either way, channel will continue on as you do here on the Vangel One Us on that YouTube.com. Wrestling. Oh no.
I've heard. Very colorful